All right, good day. Today we have with us PK. PK, thank you for graciously sharing with the business community your lessons learned, your pathways to success. PK, mind if you take a minute or two and just go through, or just a minute, give a brief update of your company and background, what you built and where you're going?
You're absolutely, Kevin. First and foremost, thanks for having us on this wonderful podium. Thanks to you and Brooklyn for having us. So PK, full name is Prabhu Karunakaran, originally from South India, a town called Chennai, born and raised there. I've been in US since 98. I went to Oklahoma State to get my master's. Then I've been in Dallas for the last 25 plus years. So the company we're currently running is called Exterprise. It's about 8.5 years old. About 450 of us colleagues between US, India, and Honduras in Central America. It's a pretty good mix of resources, globally covering multiple time zones. In terms of what we do as a business, Kevin, it's a good mix of services and software technology. Our big practice is BPO, outsourced services, and we do a lot of work in the healthcare industry. Revenue cycle management is the practice. And in a nutshell, we help hospitals and doctors collect more monies from insurance companies. We do claims matching with payments, denial management, secondary billing, and all that good stuff. We also do a lot of work for many counties here in Texas and few parishes in Alabama, more data extraction work, data repurposing, preservation services, and whatnot. But one of our recent core focus areas has been ServiceNow. They're a big SaaS-based platform company, service management solution. So we are a certified ServiceNow consulting and implementation partner, Kevin. So we implement different products of ServiceNow on their platform. On the healthcare side, we do handle a lot of PHI, sensitive data. So we have certifications like SOC 2, HIPAA, and ISO 27001. So again, independently owned business, fairly profitable. This is my third rodeo. Prior to Exterprise, I was part of two other startup companies, and we went through a couple of M&A, processes. So that's in a nutshell, Kevin. We'll be happy to give you more information.
Thank you, and well done. You're creating a whole lot of jobs out there and providing tremendously valuable service to the medical community. And so, thank you for that. Thank you for that. So as you think back about the growth that you've experienced thus far and trajectory going forward, what's attributed to your growth, PK?
Well, it's a long list, but if I were to, give you the top one, it's the team. My wonderful colleagues, they've been with me for many years. They moved with me from company to company. Definitely without hardworking colleagues, I wouldn't be here. When I say hardworking, it's not just skills and talent. Loyalty has a lot to do with it, right, Kevin? Because skills is something you can train people on, but you can't train people on their mentality, a way of work, and attitude. So my colleagues are my number one strength. And then just the global culture, if you will, having the ability to operate across time zones in different countries definitely is one of our unique strengths. And I mean, it's hard to tell anything very unique about us, right? Because there are a lot of others out there, been there, done that, large companies. We are just a small company. But we have a good hybrid mix of services and technology offerings, right? Because if you look at even on the ServiceNow ecosystem, most companies purely focus on technology or product building. But we do that plus services, and we do that globally. So team, a good mix of services and different industries. Healthcare, state and local government is very key on the BPO, outsourced services side, Kevin. But if you look at ServiceNow, the way they define that and we define as commercial. So we play a good part in the greenfield companies. So it's not so much industry based. It's more size of the company, $4 billion or less in revenue. And then we play in oil and gas, healthcare, county government, manufacturing, high tech, every industry pretty much. So those are different factors that contribute towards our success.
Wow, congratulations. So anything else you'd like to add to what makes your company unique? Why someone would choose you over the others out there?
Our flexibility is number one, because all things being equal, price does matter. You keep hearing that you never sell on price, you sell on value. I totally agree with that. But at the end of the day, price does matter. And given the ubiquitous nature of the business and all the open source platforms, there's a lot of free stuff, right? Companies can buy and take advantage of. So we are very flexible in terms of how we deliver, both operationally and commercially, right? We can do fixed bid models, we can do T&M, and we're also, since we're independently owned, we can make decisions real quick, Kevin, that works well for our customers and our colleagues. So our flexibility is definitely one of our unique strengths, I would say.
Yeah, thank you. And that's so important, very important. So that's a strong differentiator. Many times your competition will have a hard time catching up with you on that one. So it's a solid differentiator.
Yeah, we are proud because, especially in the ServiceNow space, we bump into the big boys. When I say big boys, the Accentures and Deloittes and ENYs of the world, a lot of mid-market companies. I mean, I don't want to advertise too much about them, right? But we are fortunate to compete with them, and we have won deals, right, against them. So that's, I think, is a pretty good feat for us to achieve.
Awesome, well done. So reflecting upon this particular build, if you had to start over from square one in this particular business, PK, what would you do differently?
Well, not specifically to this business or what we do on the BPO side of ServiceNow, but in general, if I were to go back and redo stuff, I would definitely spend more time doing market research, right? Understanding the landscape. Because years back, I just dream of an idea, right? And then I go start building the solution without doing enough market research, what's out there, what's going to stick, right? And what creates more demand in the market. I've learned my lesson. So now I'm, spending more time doing research and understanding the industry and landscape before jumping in and building solutions or offering services, for sure, Kevin. So market research is key. That is something I would recommend or suggest to young or budding entrepreneurs. Definitely do enough, market research, study the competitive landscape before you start building solutions.
Well said, very well said. That's great advice. Because sometimes building the best mousetrap, just because you think it's great, doesn't mean that there's a whole lot of folks who are willing to buy it, or that you've got some competitive advantages against those who are already out there. So wise, sage advice.
Yep, spend less time building and more time listening, if you will, right?
Amen. Exactly. Agree. So, what have you been your biggest learnings as an employer? Because you got 450 people around the world. What have been your greatest learnings as an employer since you began your business?
Well, it's the people that matter, right? Again, as I said, skills is something you can acquire or train on. It's the loyalty and culture you want to build upon. So I truly believe in building a very strong, colleague or talent pool, because there are so many opportunities out there, right? Literally, especially if you look at the ServiceNow ecosystem, Kevin, let's say we have 50, 60 developers on the ServiceNow team. Literally, they can find better paying jobs within a week. The demand is so high, right? So it's way beyond just running a payroll and offering them benefits. It's the culture and all the other things you can do for your employees or colleagues. That personal touch definitely matters, and I do that. I do travel to India and Honduras quite a bit to spend personal time with the team and hosting company events and just spending time with them. That really matters, and they value that a lot, right? If you look at the big companies, they're just a number, right? Because they have thousands of employees. We don't have that challenge. We are 450 employees, but I would still say I won't call it a small company, but a right-sized company, in my humble opinion. But giving them that one-on-one attention really matters, and that's what creates stickiness and loyalty, and that is very important to me. I want the best for my colleagues, and I truly believe in their well-being. So it's not just about me exiting and making money. I truly want to take care of my colleagues because without them, I can't go anywhere.
Well, I agree. Definitely. Again, well said. As you look at balancing personal life and what it takes to grow the size organization that you've grown, how do you find that balance or anything around sharings or learnings you would like to share with other business owners?
Yeah, that is a big challenge, right? The balance between work life and personal life.
Mhm.
It's good and bad being your own boss. People think that, hey, you're the owner of the company, but that's not the case. You always have to answer number one, your customers, and definitely you have to answer yourself, right, with a straight face. Uh, it's not a 9 to 5 job, as you would know, Kevin. I work 24/7 since I have teams in India. I'm always up, right? And I have this pet peeve. If I get a text or a Teams message or email, I have to respond to it. It doesn't matter where I am, what I'm doing. If that is something I can respond to, I will. So being very prompt is definitely one of my strong suite, I would say, and I would say that proudly. And with this thing in hand, there is no excuse, right? Having these smartphones and tablets, you have to be up and about and responsive all the time. That being said, I do spend a lot of time with family and friends. Definitely find time to go on trips or just even within Dallas, go for nice dinners. I am a car guy, so I do spend a lot of time going to car events and going, track mode and backroading with my friends.
Mhm.
I love cars, so I definitely do my best in finding time for my friends and family. And one of the biggest, I would even call it BS, is I'm busy. Nobody's busy, right? Everybody has time. If it is important enough and the person is important enough, you can always make time, Kevin. So when somebody says I'm busy, don't trust that person for sure.
Another great point, which leads to the next question. That is, what qualities do you look for in employees? And yeah, what qualities do you look for?
Just team players, right? Good attitude, and I don't want anyone that keeps anything close to their chest. I have come across people like that where they don't believe in spreading or disseminating knowledge, right? You have to spread knowledge. That's the only way to grow. And I want people that can be the student of the business. I'm learning every day. I'm a very strong student of the business. If you think you know it all, I mean, there's nothing much you can learn or do, right? So I look for people with a very strong kind of a go-getter mentality, good team players, very collaborative type of individuals. Because with today's tools and all the technology, it's easy to train people, Kevin. It's easy to acquire skills. So I want people with that go-getter mentality, a good team player type of approach. That's what will help grow the business, Kevin. So skills are important, certifications are important, but again, uh, people that can work well with each other is what's more important.
It sure is. Well said. It's very difficult to shift behaviors. Skills you can train them on. Behaviors and
Absolutely.
attitude and approach. Yeah. Yeah.
And I've
Are
been very
they?
fortunate, Kevin.
Yeah.
If you look at my core leadership team, I started my first business in 2009. If you look at my first layer, even second, they have been with me the last 15, 16 years. We kept moving from business to business, right? So that's the kind of loyalty. That is not what I just expect from them. They can expect the same from me. I'm very loyal to my colleagues as well.
Loyalty begets loyalty.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you are that first, just like trustworthiness, as a leader, we have to be trustworthy. And if we're going to expect our team members to be trustworthy.
Correct. Couldn't agree more, Kevin.
Thank you. And the last thing, the last question is, what are some of the common misconceptions folks may have about running a business, and how do you address them? So, what would you like to share around that? What are some misconceptions entrepreneurs may have about running and building a business?
Well, there is quite a few people think it's easy. Obviously, it's not easy, right? Because especially if it's someone like me, I bootstrapped all my life, Kevin. I've never had any private equity, cash infusion or VCs in my life, and that's by design. Uh, because I'm kind of a control freak in a good way. And I say that with all honesty and humility, Kevin, because if I have control, I can make good decisions, right? That works for not only me, for my customers and my employees. So it's not easy. You have to, it's a drill, it's a daily grind. You can't work super hard Monday and Tuesday and take rest of the week off, right? It has to be consistent. I love this saying from Denzel Washington, right? To start, you need commitment. To finish, you need to be consistent, right? So consistency is very key. If you can be consistent, please do not get into your own business, because you're more than likely to fail. I have one secret to success. That is hard work, right? Hard work is the shortcut to success. So keep working hard. Unless you win the lottery, if you're lucky enough to be 1 in 600,000 people, like it's hard to win the lottery. So hard work is essential, and definitely work smart too, right? That is important. And multitasking is key. I've come across many friends and individuals. They are great in what they do, but they cannot multitask, right? If you can multitask, it is very hard to be a good entrepreneur, right? That is something I would strongly advise on, especially the young entrepreneurs out there. And I'm not a specialist. I'm more of a generalist. I rather be kind of inch deep and mile wide than vice versa, because you have to be able to talk the lingo, talk the jargon, and understand different industry standards, so on and so forth. So misconception is it's not. People think it's easy because you're your own boss. It's not the case. It's way easy to be an employee than an entrepreneur, in my humble opinion.
I agree with you fully. So PK, thank you so much. You've shared so much wisdom today for the entrepreneurs here in Texas. I want to thank you for that. And again, it's wonderful to see what you've done and what you're doing and all the jobs you've created. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate your time and giving me this wonderful opportunity. I appreciate it.